Welcome to Subramani. Sitting in a place like Panna, where I am doing some tiger sighting, one tries to draw parallels between investing and tiger sighting, and it's very difficult to keep on talking about the same thing. But today, Charlie Munger comes to my rescue. Charlie Munger talks of something very beautiful where I just change two words and it will look like I'm talking about a tiger reserve. So he says that it's waiting that helps you as an investor, and a lot of people just can't stand to wait. If you didn't get that deferred gratification gene in you, you got to work very hard to overcome that. Obviously, Charlie Munger is talking in terms of waiting while investing, because if you invest your money and you don't have the patience, very likely that you will pull your money out at the wrong time. That is exactly what happens even in a tiger reserve. You're waiting for the tiger, others are running out of patience, they're moving away, their jeeps are going, and then you're still waiting. The heat is on, there is no shade available for you to wait, but you wait. And suddenly, lo and behold, there emerges a tiger with 4 of her cubs, and your wait has been completely justified. It's very difficult to sit tight doing nothing, hoping that the tiger is there and it will walk your way. And the driver and the guide who are there to help you want to rush around, go all over the place and check for other tigers. But when you have the data which says, look, this is a good company, and the management is good, current times are bad, typical value investing, you know one day the value will emerge. Same thing for the tiger. When you have all the facts, when you know there's a hungry mother with 4 cubs, you know she has to feed and she has not had the kill for the last 3-4 days, which means you know there are 4 hungry cubs, maybe 12 months old, and a mother. You know that they will have to kill, and then you wait, and then you find that there is a kill and the mother and the kids are eating that, and patience pays while whether it is sitting in Panna looking for a tiger or whether you are investing. And this is not what I am saying, this is what Charlie Munger is saying about investments and what I am saying about spotting tigers. Believe me, the similarity is unbelievable. Thank you. Talking about Charlie Munger talks about about diversification. He says, and when I'm giving you a quote, I might as well read the quote. When the quote says, students learn corporate finance at business schools. They are taught that the whole secret is diversification. But this whole rule is exactly the opposite. When the know-nothing investor, he says the know-nothing investor should practice diversification, but it is crazy if you are an expert. The goal of investment is to find situations where it is safe not to diversify. If you put 20% into the opportunity of a lifetime, you are not being very rational. Very seldom do we get to buy as much of any good idea as we would all like to. Now this is something very difficult for people to understand, because when somebody asks me where to invest and I say index fund, and in my personal portfolio I run very concentrated portfolio. So I would put money in one company where my conviction is there and I would keep buying it. So my stake in that company would keep increasing rather than decreasing as the company does better and better, because the number of shares and the price per share is going up. Now you can always say that I'm investing to meet my goals, and those goals will be met by putting all my money in an index funds, and it will be true. You could also put money in a focused fund which has got only 30 shares, or focused fund which is only 20 shares, and still make money. Or in your personal portfolio you could hold 15 shares and you could make money. So diversification is good, but once you understand the advantages of diversification, put some money in an index index fund and then run a concentrated portfolio also, because largely wealth creation is done by concentrated portfolio. It sounds very not very difficult to understand, because the wealth created by whether Ambani, Adani or Azim Premji or Narayan Murthy has been with concentration. They concentrated their assets, they put all their money where their mouth is. They knew it was their business, so they put money, they made money, they grew the money, and then to protect the money they needed to diversify. So today Narayan Murthy would have maybe 60% or 50% in Infosys, and all the other money would be in different, maybe index funds or creating an equity portfolio or things like that. So concentrate and grow and then diversify and protect. This is exactly what people do. But this is not true for somebody who is not interested in investing. For a person not interested in investing, indexing still makes sense, which is a diversified bucket. But if you want to do something more than just put money in a diversified index, put money in a diversified index and earmark some amount of money where you pick up some good idea. Now, if you have a good idea, you will never get enough opportunity to buy it. Suddenly you may not even find enough shares available in the market. Let's take the case of something like a Nippon Life Asset Management, which is a fund management company. You will not get enough of it simply because too much of it is held by Nippon of Japan. So there is just not enough stock available. So if the share price of asset management companies go up, this share will go up faster, not because of the parameters of performance alone, but also because of non-availability of enough stock. So this happens at times. So if you have a good idea and you think, let's say Hitachi Energy, you will not get enough of it. Procter and Gamble. I am not even saying that these are shares to buy, but these shares you will not get enough to buy. It may be a good idea, it may be a good price, but the day when you want to buy enough of it, you will not get it. So if you have a good idea and you think it will work, and maybe you should put 20% of your portfolio, 25% of your portfolio into it, and that requires guts. But yes, it helps. But like I said, right, when you are not an expert, when you are a novice, diversification helps. Once you are an expert, you must concentrate, grow your money, and then again get into put more and more money into diversified fund, especially after a particular age when you think your ability to concentrate, etc., keeps going down. You might as well have a diversified portfolio. So understand that diversification and concentration of portfolios both work at different stages and for different people. That's it. There's nothing to say everybody must diversify or to say everybody must have a concentrated portfolio. See what works for you and do that. Thank you. Charlie Munger says opportunity cost is a huge filter in life. If you've got two suitors who are eager to have you and one is way better than the other, then you're going to choose that one than the other. That's the way we filter stock buying opportunities. Our ideas are simple. People keep asking us about mysteries, but all we have are simple ideas. Now this is true when we have an extra amount to invest. Let's say you got extra 1 lakh to invest and you already have 15 shares in your portfolio. Don't call up somebody and say, can you suggest what should I buy? You may not need the 16 stock, right? So for example, I have shares of Coromandel International, which is a fertilizer company. So when somebody says fertilizer is doing well, therefore XYZ fertilizer is doing well or ABC fertilizer is doing well, I go and revisit the industry and I say, yes, it looks good. So I go and buy more of Coromandel International, unless there is some specific reason to buy a particular share which is available much cheaper, etc. But if all I need is an exposure to the fertilizer industry, I may already have the best in my portfolio. There is no reason for me to go and buy another share, I'd rather stick to my own portfolio, right? So don't have to, every time you don't have to buy a new share. So whenever you see a share or you see what are the opportunities available, just go and keep picking up the best. You don't have to buy every idea in it. Of course, when an industry is booming, the best thing, and or you think the industry is at its nadir and you want to buy, you buy 4 or 5 shares, you know, not knowing which one will go up. You buy the worst because it will be available at the cheapest. You buy the best because as the market shakes out, the weak ones will get shaken out, right? So you buy the best and buy the worst, and after some time when the worst has done well, you just knock it off. You don't need to keep it. Thank you. Thank you. One of the best quotes of Charlie Munger, and of course Leonardo da Vinci has also said this, that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Charlie Munger says simplicity has a way of improving performance by enabling us to better understand what we are doing. This is absolutely true. If you can run a small portfolio or a big portfolio and have it concentrated and understand every investment which you are making, it can be very useful. Also, it can be very simple for you to handle over to the next generation or to your spouse. Then it becomes easy, because most of us run very complicated portfolios, doing unnecessary things, having properties on hire, having gold and ETF and this and that. The simpler it is, the easier it is for us to manage when our brain is going to be less powerful, and to give it over to a person who is not very keen to manage it but needs to manage it for maybe 5, 10, 12, 20 years. So at some stage they want it even simpler than what you can do. So simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, as Leonardo da Vinci would say, and that is exactly what Charlie Munger also says. Thank you. Please subscribe to Subramani, hit the bell icon, and I need to increase my number of subscribers. Thank you.